Me encanta el básquet.
Párate, mira, mira cómo se mueve, mira cómo baila, mira cómo salta.
A tremendous block. And look, are you serious? Goodness gracious!
I love this game.
The game is on the line, not only you, not only your teammates, not only the opponent, and not only the fan. All the money is on the line. Those other teams don't mean anything. This is going to go 1 for 1.
Now, in our continuing series on the members of the Dream Team, we profile Indiana's main man in the clutch, Reggie Miller.
If the game is on the line, everyone knows where the ball is going to end up. And there's nothing that no one else on the other team can do about it.
How about this guy? If he loves the pressure, he makes all the big shots.
Having already won a gold medal at the '94 World Championships, Miller knows what it means to be selected to the Dream Team.
To be with 11 other guys who are considered to be the best basketball players in the world, that probably means more to me, that someone has selected me to be one of the 12 best players to play against the field in the competition.
Reggie from the wing.
Now in his 9th pro season, the man with a sweet stroke ranks second in career three-pointers, having knocked down nearly 1,200 from behind the three-point line.
Reggie for three. Missed by offensive rebound. Reggie from 30 feet. Buries it.
These last 2 years, I've had some three-point shooters, and I know what it feels like to have three-point shooters, but you're talking about one of the best. I mean, Reggie is phenomenal, and not only is he great during the game, but he's a clutch three-point shooter.
In the '94 Eastern Conference Finals, Miller's career was elevated to new heights. Within the hostile confines of Madison Square Garden, he scored 25 fourth-quarter points, silencing the Knicks and their fans.
Reggie forces a three and scores! He knocked down a 25-footer. Reggie Miller is on fire. And ball is out to Reggie, who scores again, another three. And I've never seen a shooting performance like this.
1 year later, Miller and the Pacers once again shocked the New York faithful as he took center stage and delivered the knockout punch in crunch time.
Lobs it into Miller. Miller turns and shoots a quick three. That's good. Reggie Miller downtown, and it's a three-point lead, 105-102. Mason inbound. Lobs it in, stolen by Miller. He backs up, puts up a three. That's good. Reggie Miller has tied the game.
I could have never written anything like that in a script that happened, and I just feel fortunate I was there to watch it.
Now he's looking forward to donning the red, white, and blue uniform of USA Basketball and going for the gold in Atlanta.
I mean, to win any type of championship, gold medal, NBA championship, that's probably the ultimate feeling. Even though we've been striving in the NBA, it's tough because you're going against the other best players in the world. And to be assembled, 12 of the best, then go against the best of the world, it's an awesome feeling.
In this week's NBA Stories, we travel back in history to meet a player like Reggie Miller who loved to take the last-second shot. He's the original Mr. Clutch, L.A. Laker great Jerry West.
I didn't want to play to be right. Just give me the basketball. Let me try to catch it where I want to catch it, and let's see what happens.
And what happened was often magical.
West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it.
It's almost like an arrogance that you don't think you can fail. and particularly when the game's on the line. It seems like it's easier. And I think that's the kind of attitude you have to have. You can't be afraid.
But fearlessness is just one of the qualities these players must possess.
I think the common thread that goes with people is they think they can make the shot. It's pure and simple, and they're not afraid. If they miss it, they're going to feel terrible for 2 days, and if an opportunity comes around the next game, they're going to do it again, and they're going to make it.
All right, here's Dennis. Gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over. Boston wins.
The ones who've left their mark on the game are the ones. Of course, Larry, Michael, Irvin. Those are the three players that stand out because they made a lot of shots and won ball games. Reggie Miller is a tremendous clutch player. He's a tremendous clutch player. He has great courage. He has great belief in himself.
Reggie Miller made a three, stole the ball, raced behind the three-point line, and hit again.
You know, I resort kind of back to the old school of Larry Bird and Jerry West. Being from the Los Angeles area and watching Jerry West perform for the Lakers, I mean, he was a great player, not only shooter, but a great player and clutch time player, and that's what I've always tried to strive myself after.
Reggie Miller will be remembered for his ability to score in bunches, but he didn't establish the mark for points scored in a period. Can you name the player who holds the regular season record for most points scored in one quarter? The answer when we return, right here on NBA Action.
They say it's all right. They say it's all right. Say it's all right. Have a good time, 'cause it's all right. Everybody knows that it's all right. Whoa, it's all right.
Welcome back to NBA Action. Now the answer to this week's trivia question. The player who holds the regular season record for most points scored in one quarter is the Spurs' George Gervin, who scored 33 in the second period of a game against the New Orleans Jazz in 1978. One of the greatest scorers in the history of the game, the Iceman captured a total of 4 scoring titles in his career. While George Gervin's game featured finesse, Shaquille O'Neal prefers to use power. And this week he was on fire against the Washington Bullets.
O'Neal with the stop. Shaq and George going at it head-to-head.
And Shaq was getting the upper hand.
Screen and roll. O'Neal slides the basket. Monstrous slam. Shaq takes it to him. Throws it down.
Shaq really set the tone early. He's played exceptionally well since coming back from the break, and I think tonight was another excellent performance from him.
He feels and we feel, and I think everyone feels that no one can check him one-on-one down low in the post.
Shaq made his presence felt in the low post all night when the Bullets shied away from the double team, and O'Neal abused a variety of defenders.
Back to Shaq. He has been unstoppable. That's 21 first-half points for Shaq.
I just go out and try to do the same thing every night.
The domination continued in the second half as he racked up a season-high 49 points.
And Shaq rams it home and scores again.
A huge game for Shaq.
Another powerful big man is the subject of this week's Rookie Review. When the Denver Nuggets engineered a draft day deal acquiring the rights to Antonio McDyess, they hoped he would eventually blossom into a dominant post player. Well, they haven't had to wait very long.
Give and go. McDyess is loose. Look out! Now the number's right for Denver. Here's Bond. Oh, to McDyess. Bounce pass in low to McDyess. Turn, shoot him a flying 10-footer is good. Many people thought he was the best player in the draft last year.
Antonio McDyess was an unheralded sophomore at Alabama until he burst onto the scene in the 1995 NCAA tournament.
Coming out of college, you didn't have too many of those marquee players like, these folks in the NBA. And it's kind of tough for a rookie to just come in and just try to adjust to this.
Alley-oop.
McDyess has already displayed his tremendous athletic ability, and he's quickly become a fan favorite in Denver.
You just compete and do the best you can. Get the crowd hyped and get me kind of hyped. Competing and dunking on someone, it's amazing.
After a slow start, Antonio's really turned up his game recently. While many rookies are starting to hit the wall, McDyess is averaging over 17 points and nearly 8 rebounds a game in the month of March.
I love the game, and I'm trying to learn more about the game, just to play well and help the Denver Nuggets the best way I can.
All right, everybody, let's kick it into overdrive with NBA Encore. And first up's a collection of prime-time performers.
What a move by Hardaway. Oh, even better. Scored. Good defense by Dumas, helping Higgins. 2 to shoot. Johnson. For sure with a right hand.
The right hands in Phoenix belong to Kevin Johnson.
KJ picks it off. Here come the Suns on the run. Give it back to Barkley. Here's Gooden for the lane. The Koch brothers with a vicious block.
Yeah, check out this delivery from the mailman.
Beautiful pass. Karl Malone to Stockton. Finally Smith taking it away. Reversed by Robinson from Avery Johnson.
Oh, those guys are certainly prime time. But Michael and Magic are at another level. Take it away, guys.
MJ backs in. Spins, fades, and hits. Magic with it. Right side again. He wants to ISO on Dallas. They double him again. He leans in. Banks it in. What a play.
Oh, yeah, the truly great players get everyone involved.
Oh, what a pass. Jones scores.
And who says Michael doesn't like to share the rock?
Setting up Harper instead, who slams a la Mike for 2.
Mike up. Yes! Whoa! Scotty got him coming out of the backfield that time.
Nowadays, Magic doesn't dunk like Michael, but I'm sure he'll find somebody who will.
Magic lives into the Campbell. Slam dunk. What a pass.
Now you history buffs know that Magic made passing fashionable in the 80s. And we're keeping that theme alive with some tasty teamwork in the 90s.
There's Isaiah. There was a steal. Isaiah back to Garnett for the slam. Kiefling stakes in. Benjamin with a block. This is Sherman Douglas. Back for the big dog. Nice play by Douglas.
4-on-1. Rose lob for McDyess.
See, that reminds me of the games you and I used to play.
Coming up next, we'll take an inside look at the U.S. women's basketball team and their trip to China.
It was great international competition. We're going home 8-0, and that was really our goal.
And don't you dare go away. We're going to bring you the top 10 plays of the week in our courtside countdown.
Beautiful pass for Randall. Shot here will have to be miraculous, and it is! Inbound, gets it to Van Exel, he makes the wish. Oh!
Kid with 2 seconds. 35.
Yes! Yes!
Good if it goes.
With 3 seconds, Preston. Got it at the buzzer! You gotta love it! Slides with the ball, puts up a flare. Yeah! How sweet it is!
In this league, defense is the key.
Now we're talking big men playing defense out there.
You have to want to go out there and lock guys down, lock teams down, and that's what's going to get you to the championship.
In this week's edition of Chalk Talk, we take a look at how this year's playoff races are shaping up.
The Bulls unbeaten at home, flexing their muscles here. The best ever start in the NBA. The Bulls' quest for 70 wins continues.
I think when you put so much emphasis on 70 wins, you kind of lose focus of the ultimate goal, which is to win a championship. It'd be great to win 70 wins. I don't have a problem with that, but I'd rather not win 70 wins and win a championship.
Orlando's a virtual lock for the second spot in the East, but none of the other teams in the conference have conceded anything to the Bulls and Magic.
We feel that we're a team that can beat them. You know, we respect what they've done this year, but you know, we're not going to bow down or concede anything to them.
Pat Riley's trying to direct the Miami Heat into the postseason, but they're battling with the Charlotte Hornets for the 8th and final playoff spot. Here's a look at the latest standings in the Eastern Conference.
And they rise to attention in Seattle.
Trying to get better, become a better team late in the season instead of at the beginning. We've lost 2 years straight in the playoffs now in the first round, so I have a lot of frustration inside of us to come out and win.
While the Sonics remain on top in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs' recent hot streak has moved them to within a few games of Seattle and the all-important home court advantage.
The momentum is there. The defense is definitely there. We're playing better defense than we did at this point last year. And offensively, we're starting to pick it up a little bit.
Magic Johnson will be making his return to the playoffs, where he and the Lakers will most likely face the Rockets in the first round. And here's how the rest of the West shapes up, with Golden State recently moving past Sacramento into the 8th and final playoff spot. Now, we take an inside look at the United States women's Olympic basketball team. And they're going to bring you the top 10 plays of the week in our courtside countdown.
Oh, my! I love this game.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. Love, I was made for me and
They have something in this guy. Did he just do what I just think he did? Shot made. Beautiful flying slam dunk. That was Jordan Ness. Sacramento leads for Molly. He has a step. Pulls it down with the right hand. They have a big lead pass to Chris. Takes it in midair. Like one of the triangle records, he goes sailing in. Out from the temple, no man will fly. Yeah, he will fly. We've got Puka. We've got
saved our best for last as we bring you the top 10 plays of the week.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
In our courtside countdown. Leading things off is Miami's Tim Hardaway, who's off to see Wolf the Wizard.
Oh, wow! What a play! Truly wizard-like. Right out of his hat.
At number 9, the Raptors' Doug Christie reaches back for a little something extra.
Again on the fry. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy, did he elevate.
Now, sometimes it takes just one man to get it done. but the San Antonio Spurs seem intent upon getting everyone involved.
A little showtime in the Alamo Dome. Oh, mercy.
Oh, mercy. At number 7, did someone say showtime? Cue Magic.
Magic's back to Gamble, slam dunk. Look at the Lakers bench. Standing ovation. Look at the Lakers bench. Even the bench is standing.
We'll watch Grant Hill break out the stop and go. And then take it up right over zone.
Ooh. Oh, boy. Oh, splendid maneuver by Grant Hill. Watch this move, folks. This is Grant Hill at his best.
Okay, at number 5, we go from the heir apparent to the original heir.
Jordan wraps it around for 2. It's only Michael Jordan, no towel.
Well, they know how to run to break out in Seattle, folks, especially when Sean Kemp starts it with a swat.
Weatherspoon has it swatted by Kemp, who's their leading shot blocker. Trent with the finish, the circus move at the end.
Well, the circus shots are just beginning. Get a load of this one at number 3.
Oh, yeah, the play of the year. Well, that's the shot of the game. Mark that one.
Too bad this hoop's only worth a deuce, because Penny deserves a few points for style.
Now he drives all the way in, close, gives to Hardaway. A spinning shot, good off the glass. There's one for the old highlight reel.
And for our number 1 play of the week, the Celtics win a game with a minor miracle.
Fox throwing it up from Minor, off the glass.
Well, how do you do? Count the basket. I'm Jim Peggin for NBA Action. We'll leave you with another look at Dream Teamer Reggie Miller. See you next week.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Miller deep. The fake. He fires. And he nails it. Baseline inbound, front court, right of the goal. Comes to the perimeter, and here's Reggie.